Welcome back to Timberborn and our update 7 experimental branch let's play, and potentially the last episode, certainly I think the last episode in the experimental branch. If we can, we will transfer it across to the main branch once it becomes active. Couple of things I'm going to begin working on today. I'm quite keen, quite a lot of interest in getting the so close, getting the ship up and running. So we're going to see if we can do that. Hopefully we can build that guy. We can. So we're going to add in a zip line to get us out there. And we'll see what we can do with this. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it justice. So we'll see. Pause the dump. Because I'm not too worried about this now. Yeah. So these we will put on auto. I had them on open. Didn't really seem to make much difference. The main goal being to just trap the bad water in here and let it evaporate. And we now have access to much power. So I think... I don't know whether I actually want to bother moving the metal. We seem okay. We do seem to be okay. And we're so close to the end that I think we'll just leave it. And let's have a ponder about how we might get this thing repaired. Now, probably the ruined metal and the debris we're going to need to clear out. So the ruins are going to need a scrap metal flag, and we're going to need to do what we've done in the past and stand it up on something. So let's get that going on. Is that actually going to be high enough? No. So let's get that on a double platform so that we have, now gives us a bit more clearance as we refill things as well. So there we go. And what I could have done is left that single platform to act as part of the staircase, couldn't I? Yeah. Oh well. So we need that. We are going to need to get up here so that we can begin the process of clearing this stuff out. And it's kind of weird, he says, playing along with the process, that the wood has been turned into dirt. Obviously it was a wooden boat, not a dirt boat, but what I think we will look at trying to do is come in and rebuild it with wood. So maybe something like that. We need to try and get some symmetry going on. So there. And we come in there and there. And we come in one there. So, and there. So this block needs clearing out. Obviously, it's silted up, maybe. Probably didn't want to build that just yet. Let's get some ladders there. What I'm thinking is we do what we can before we need to worry about. We'll leave the mast, this metal bit. Yeah, I think we'll do what we can until we're having to wait for the bits of metal to be removed. And then we'll go off and start working on some of the other things that I want to get done. So we're going to need some stairs up there as well. It's kind of like resurrecting a real boat in that it needs scaffolding around it and things. Kind of like that. Do kind of like that. So I did like the suggestion of having a cabin inside the boat as well. So we'll see what we can achieve. We'll see what we can achieve. But yeah, then I'm kind of waiting. We really need the bad tide to go, because I do still like the idea of trying to have drains for all of the water sources for when we get bad tides. I don't know if we'll be able to get that done in a single video. So yeah, that might be the thing that we need to do in a future video. So let's blast that out. Start to get the hull shape back in. We need one there. Going to knock that down as well. We need a ladder there. We'll want to extend back to there. So if we get this back up. So we can't put one there, but we can put that there. Let's detonate that. And that guy. I'm going to put in a levee. Yeah, a levee there. So that we can get access up to here. I do want to get rid of all of this stuff, so more scaffolding inbound. There's a bit of unnecessariness there, but you know, needs must. Let's get that in there. And she's taking shape. She's taking shape. We might actually need to go up another level, I'm thinking, because of the depth of the water that we get in here. Yeah. To be watertight, she's going to need to be another level. But I think we'll do an all the way round in levees. So but what I want to do is come up here and throw that out there. This is going to be a bit of a pain, but let's see if we can do it. it's going to be nice when we get to the point where we're in the full update and things are more stable and we can have the ladders mod consistently. And I know JC's been using it in his update 7 series for a while, but I've been burnt so many times with mods in experimental saves that I really didn't want to have too many in this one. Ladders was one where when you lose it, it becomes really painful to work around. If we lost like the storage one, it would have been annoying, but I would have just taken the hit on losing some resources. So what we're going to do then is we're going to delete that. We're going to put levies up there then. So actually the benefit of me putting that superfluous platform is we can do that. And that. And then what we're going to do is that, and that will let us get rid of that one. Yep. She's coming together. She's coming together. You need to go. You need to be prioritized by haulers, and we need to pause the mine. I'm never going to get which way around the arrows need to be. I know you keep telling me. But we can do that now. We could also tunnel out. No, we can't tunnel that out, but what we could do is remove it. And then rebuild it. Yeah, we're going to sort that because I don't like that random piece of terrain there. We're going to need to get up there to sort that. Too far from a district? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that should be reachable now. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we do want to get rid of that. And what we could do is we could come off of there and then go. We did one more. So we then did that. There. There. That's still going to reach. Don't think it is. We might need to put another one in. But that's not a problem. You can just throw another scrap metal flag there. No, we can't because that's underwater, dummy. We can put it there. Awesome. Right. You can go. You won't worry about shaping the back end yet. we're getting it. We're getting it. Did I re-enable the rig? I did. We have 25 unemployed bots at the moment. Why aren't you workers? Maybe just because of the automation. No vacancies. 22 workers. You're working. I'm confused. As to why no one's coming to work in this thing. We're not sure bad water, so we'll just come back to that. Maybe you guys have spotted why. Right. So we can then do another piece of dirt. Then a pylon. I think that works. I think that's going to work as our thumbnail. There we go. Just going to go back over. Very confused. Oh, if we get to the point where we're low on water, we will worry about it. Add connection to there. Nice. That's done. We just need them to finish removing that. So I think now we can probably safely... I know we wanted to... Oh, and I've just stopped myself doing that because I'm a bit dumb. But we can work around that. So let's put that there. Let's put that there. And yes, I know this is going to destroy all of that overhang, but we can rebuild them. You need to be prioritized. You are prioritized. You are hopefully working. You are full. You have 0% productivity. Okay. Something's not quite right. See. Something feels off with things today. And I'm not feeling my best to be able to easily diagnose it. Yeah, something doesn't feel right with how the bots are not working. I'm assuming if we find our district centre, yeah, we just have loads of bots standing around doing that. But even if we switch that to beavers, it's not paused. It's not on automate. I'm very confused. Why that does not want to work. Oh, right. Yes, you can go, and then we will rebuild you. We can rebuild you. There we go. I think we just need to build another scrap metal store as well. In fact, we'll just swap you to be scrap metal for now. Otherwise, we're going to be sat waiting for these to do their thing. Yeah. There we go. Maybe once we've used some bad water up, that thing will come back to life. Let's focus on what we can focus on. So, nearly ripped that one out. They've nearly rebuilt that mast arm. Yes, it's out of dirt, which is not perfect, but we work with what we can. And then we're going to come in here. We're going to put you there. I'm actually going to go up a little bit more. So we're going to do 2 pieces of dirt. Then we're going to do the cable thingy. We're going to connect it to there. That's all built out. So now we can delete all of that. Yes, please. We're going to delete that. Can they reach that one? They can. No. And we'll think about how we close up the back end of the boat. So I think we do one more, and then we come in and in, yeah, and there, and there. That's not awful. That's not awful. And then between them, these beavers can work on stripping out the metal. That can go now. I think that can go. go. Ideally, we've got 5 days to get this finished. The limiting factor is going to be, can we rip out this metal in time? And we're kind of limited by the fact that we can only access one piece at a time. So what we can do now is come over here and put in most of this side of the boat. There we go. And so we've now only got 25 metal to rip out. How much storage have we got? We have filled both our storages up, so that is again a bit of a limitation. So storage, a large pile, scrap metal, priority, there we go. Not ideal, but you know, it'll do. We could also be coming down here. That will hopefully help if we can get both of those emptied out. Power grid's looking kind of okay. This is the sort of scale of power grid that I should have built on the other series, where it doesn't affect performance but generates more than double the power we need. Yeah. That's what I should have done on the other series. Lots of power, but not affecting how the game runs. So that's almost gone. It's not almost gone. He's not looking bad. Not looking bad. A bit worried about the balance of the rig. I think she should have maybe been a 3-master, but you know. I'm not sure how much experience in boat building the beavers have, so. We're getting there. Let's get that in. And yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what's going to change between experimental and full release, whether there's any features that they've got planned that they haven't announced, any, you know, little bonus things that we might see. Hopefully there's some cool stuff that they haven't released yet in the experimental branch. Because that'd be kind of fun, you know. Something a little bit extra. How are we doing? This one is gone. There we go. So you can now be paused. And that means this guy will focus on this one. Or this will come empty this. We can get rid of it. There we go. we can clear out some of this junk that we could have done already anyway, but you know. Yep, that can go. That needs to go and be levied up. There we go. The back clearly is meant to be a bit higher, so let's do that. You just need 4 more metal to be pulled out of there. We need all of this to be picked up, which there is no more storage space for. Okay. I've got a cunning plan. Got a cunning plan. Let's delete these paths for now. So you can go, you can go. We need to put that in. Come on, get this ripped out. 2 more. We've got the space. 1 more. 2.8 days. We're well, we are sort of watertight. There we go. Right. You need to go in there. You need to go. That can go. And what we're going to do, I'm going to delete that. We're going to come on the corner here. I think that'll work. And we're going to build that. We're going to connect up to there. And you can go. I think that's too far. I wonder if this would really work. Oh, no, not at this point. Maybe if we keep the series going, then I've got a cunning plan for this. And we just need them to get this built. I am kind of liking this. I'm glad you guys encouraged me to do this. Let's hook that up. We need to replace that. But bigger priority is getting this hole filled in. I should have built that in the middle and we could have had it connected up. But they're going to build that from the outside. That's okay. I'm going to delete you and put that in, and then we'll path there. then need it to dry out inside, but we have our ship restored. So I want to delete that and see. We can go straight to there. Awesome. So we're then going to come here and there, there, there. So just finish the rigging up. And then we just need this to dry out inside. There is only a little bit of water in there, so that is okay. And the bad tide is close to being over. So if we come down here, our first port of call, I think, is going to be this water source. And we'll want to delete that. And then we'll need to build around it. We'll need to get out to it. We'll probably go through there, I think. We'll go over there, maybe. We can reconnect there, there. We can at least build the staircase there. And then wait for that to clean out. We've got another one over here. I guess with this one, we're looking at extending the zipline network. So we'll just have to wait for things to clear up a bit. But the ship is done. I think the ship looks pretty cool. So if we can keep this save running out of experimental, I've got a few more plans for this. But I think she looks pretty darn good. So this is doing its thing. We're getting a little bit of contamination coming through here, but that's okay. That might get held in here, actually, which is not ideal. So we might actually need one of those to stay open. And just let it dilute into the big pond. Yeah. But even with no flow through here, well, there's no wind blowing at the moment. With the wind blowing, we are generating 9,000 HP, so really good. Most of our industry seems to be stopped because we're full of everything, so that's okay. I'll take that. Contamination is tiny. Ship is drying out. This needs to dry out, but that is clear now, so we can come down here. Come over here. No, that's not going to work. That's going to be... I know what we can use. We can use a tunnel. Because there's no room to get a path out of there, is there? of here to here. And yeah. Things are obviously a little bit slower clearing as we've reduced the amount of clean water coming into here a little bit. But, you know, we can work on things. So, right, that's hooked up. So what we want to do is yeah, we can use that as a backstop to it, can't we? We go that there, there. Let's come over here. Let's rip those out and rip that out. We need a bit of space for water to flow, basically, so that it can do the mixing. We're going to have you close above 1%. You close below 1%. You're going to be paused. You're going to be a high priority. I'm so pleased with that. That doesn't necessarily need to be deleted, but I think it's just going to make life that little bit easier. So you can go, you can be unpaused. You can go there. Then we want to terrain over the top of it. So that's sealed. And you need to be closed. So we're probably going to need to path around the outside. To quote someone we all enjoy watching, or most of us probably enjoy watching. We probably want to get up on top of there. And then we want to think about building a tunnel. And what I didn't look at was how strong is this water source? Alt, Shift, Z. Developer controls. It is a 3 strength water source, so we will need a 2 wide tunnel. I'm actually going to put in, get rid of that, get rid of that. I'm going to put in a second sluice gate, and we're going to do a, no, we can just do a hole there, can't we? We're going to do that. No, we're not. The beavers might be, yeah, the beavers are going to beat us to it. No, they're not. Oh, overzealous deleting. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's so good. It's so, so good. Just need to extend the path in there so they can pick those up as space becomes available. Let's detonate that. Let's set these up. There we go. And then what we want to do is create a tunnel there and then come down here and tunnel our way off the map. And then we need to get into said tunnel, and we're going to do that with a bit of a natural staircase. So that'll do that. That's probably not where we want to put it though. We will put it over here. And then we're going to need to build around this, but we have a drought approaching, so that is fine. And then at the same time, we're going to want to come over here to be near this board source. So hook that up to there. Let's go there, and then we'll probably need at least one more, but let's get this one finished first. So stairs, path, and let me just check. I think probably what we'll end up doing is getting this one finished, have a soft end to the series, just in case. Do currently still have these bits of the map open, so it is going to dry out quickly still on the outside, not on the inside. And hopefully might be that there is a little bit of waiting for mods to be updated. But hopefully we can bring this back, even if it's just for a few episodes to wrap things up. But I think that'll be my intent. Too far. Okay, I've still got one more staircase to build. I'll let them off. But yeah, keeping these kind of blends this in a little bit, which I like. Yeah. And it looks like we've actually got over. Yeah. We're actually overtopping the dams. Floodgates. I think is a first. So that's kind of cool. It would probably not be a bad idea to stockpile some planks and explosives. You could go. It's not the most efficient use of space, but I think we need extract. We could put one more of those in though. Yeah. So let's put in another one of those. So planks obtain. Extract obtain. Explosives obtain. They're then at least somewhat closer chain. Come on. Because they're at least then on the zipline network, pretty close to where things are. Suddenly we have 45 incapacitated bots. Are we out of fuel? We are. Right, so we need to get those in there. Are we out of Spadadoc? No. We've got Spadadoc there. We've got water there. Okay, so that can be recovered. Oops. Good job they aren't doing anything essential. Bad water supply is okay because the bots make the stuff that we kind of would use it for. These guys are going to start making fuel, hopefully. And it's kind of weird because there's Spadadoc there, there's water there. Why aren't you? There we go. Yeah. That automation mod is sometimes a bit finicky. It does cost us. Oh well. Right. You prioritize by haulers. So hopefully now we are starting to get this done. Yep. And then at the same time, we can start to think about enclosing it. Much as we can anyway. Apart from the fact that we need an entrance. Why won't you let me... Ah, because that's a levee, not terrain. There we go. So that's got that one thinking about being done. And obviously we've got the conundrum that we need it to be open to go put the tunnel in, but we want it to be closed to not let water out. Yeah. So that's fun. So you're working again. So if we switch you to bots now, you should start working again. The fuel situation is recovering. So hopefully that'll get itself sorted. Awesome. Dirt is okay. Let's keep extending the path. I'd quite like to make sure we get that built first. As much as we can. Just to stop to take some painkillers. my head hurts. Which is a fairly regular occurrence at the moment because I've had to adjust my medication to account for poorly pooch and the fact that one of my medications makes me sleep far too heavily to account for the fact that he has to get up a lot in the night. But the drought has started. He's getting better, by the way. He's on new medication, which is making a big difference. So hopefully within about a week, he will be much better. Our bot situation is getting better. Has got better quite quickly. So we should be able to switch this back to bots now. We should be okay. I don't know if, with nowhere to go, I don't think they will just ride the rigging for fun. But yeah, what we want to do is just focus on getting this finished. A bit of me is pondering. No, we'll leave. We'll just risk letting some water out. I mean, there's already big old holes over here that are just throwing water off the map. So, yeah. We do actually have a way of tackling that. All we need to do is connect to that to there. Well, actually, there's quite a lot to do, but we'll get to that, assuming we get back on here. Come on. How far are you? Yeah, not too bad, actually. We could speed things up a little bit because we can do that on here and the game doesn't die an utter death. So let's do that. Let's run it at 30 times speed and make some more rapid progress. Try and get this done and we will call it a day for today. As I said, the intent is we will be back on here. There may be a little pause while mods are updated to work with the main update 7 branch. I don't know if I can actually keep going on beta for a bit or if it goes away. You could let me know that, because if we can squeeze in a couple more episodes, that's all we need to get finished, and maybe even one more episode to get these drains built. I think there's probably 4 or 5 of these to get done. So, but if we're not also focusing on building a pirate ship, that will be easier. So, yeah. I guess the question is whether we pause the last 2 and grab all of the planks. We're actually full on planks, so maybe we don't bother on this one. We just get it done. There we go. Now, let's delete the ladders. Delete the path. Get the terrain in. And that'll be that one sealed up. So we've still, I think there's one over here. Yep. We've still got a lot of these to make. But progress was made. Let's turn the clock down a little bit. And yeah, the main feature. If this is the end of the series, I'm pretty pleased with what we've achieved. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'm hoping it's not the end. I'm hoping we can get back in the main branch and carry on playing. But if it is the end, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do once update 7 is on the main branch. I'm probably going to cut down in the end to a single series where we can do 3 or 4 episodes a week so we can progress much quicker. That's what I prefer to do. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Oh, thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. So if you want to check any of that out, there are links down below. Anyway, see you next time.